Tensei, Japanese for rebirth, and Pininfarina and JAS Motorsports have definitely taken us back to the golden age of Japanese sports cars with this NSX Restomod. So I want to see what it looks like with some legendary wheels, starting with some TE37s. It doesn't get much more legendary than that when we're talking about wheels. But of course, this being the Photoshop garage, the first thing we need to do is get our canvas ready to accept the new wheels. And so to do that, pretty simple. We're going to put in some basic shapes. I'm going to outline the current wheels, which actually look pretty nice, look like a version of the most recent NSX wheels. And we're going to get this ready so that we can actually clip down new images of wheels that we're going to get from the internet on here. If you want to see how to do this full process, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. I've got tutorials here. And with that being said, we're going to drop in the first set of wheels, the TE37s. Now, of course, the TEs being one of the most well-regarded forged one-piece performance wheels that you can put on any car. Essentially, this is like the wheel equivalent of the Miata. It is the answer to everything. But I had no doubt that this wheel would look amazing on the NSX. Got it here in the bronze color is the one that I chose, but obviously I'd love to see what this looks like in a little bit different color as well, like a silver. I know that the TEs come in a lot of different variations, so black, like an ultra black chrome, silver. And so you'll see me here adding a hue saturation adjustment layer above the wheels. And then what I'm doing to control this is actually just a layer mask. And so I've masked out the wheels. You can see this will change the color, but also we can just drop down the saturation, and that's going to give it that silver look, which I think looks really cool. What I'd love to see now too is the silver against some other body colors. So I love the silver on the red. Looks very iconic, very 90s, early 2000s. I'm going to add another hue saturation layer here above the body color, and then I'm going to click that down and then click the red color, and you can see here we can change it to white. So the white with the bronze, not too bad. I also think that blue, I've always loved blue NSXs, and blue with the silver wheels. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I think that's wheel number one, but that is definitely a solid option. Now, you can't talk about legendary wheels without talking about HRE, and it always blows me away how many wheel choices you have available. That's why it can be so hard to find the right set of wheels. Something like these FT1s, like maybe look cool, but also might be a little bit too much. I want to go for something that's a little bit different, and so I'm going to look at these HRE 501s, but with the carbon lip are really standing out to me. What I think would be kind of cool is adding this touch of carbon, and this may be a future video, like a digital render of adding carbon bits. So where you see all the glossy black, maybe you add some carbon there, maybe a carbon hood, carbon overlays over the pop-up headlights. But this is a really special wheel design because it can work really well not only on classic JDM, but I think even on newer cars. This is just a great wheel design. And pretty quickly, I think these wheels are growing on me. The carbon lip is different. This car is so different. It's such a unique interpretation of what the NSX was and what it could be. And I would say, I mean, just looking at this is a solid choice. Again, the red on bronze, the bronze on blue, the bronze on white. Like there's so many great options that look really good. And I think with the white body color, this is, yeah, that's pretty sick. And for wheel number three, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the HRE brand, but I wanted to see what this car looks like with the nice chrome lip on it. So silver wheels, chrome lip. We're going with the HRE RB2s, which again, classic styling. It's got a bit of a turbo fan kind of style to it, which is it's an iconic design from the 90s. So many cars on the 90s had like a turbo fan style wheel, and I really think this could work well. Drop a comment below. What kind of wheels would you like to see on this car? What kind of wheels are your favorite wheel? I don't know if I'm going to cover it in this video, but of course, like this is one of the things here with the Photoshop Garage is that we can always render these things out. And yeah, I think that's a solid choice. Maybe this might attract like the Asics wearing crowd. So Asics and jean shorts. But I mean, I can't argue with the chrome lip, silver face, and that phoenix yellow, that highlighter yellow color. Not bad. So as I was researching for this video and kind of looking at what wheels people had put on the old NSX, on classic JDM cars, the Forge Line GA1Rs came up. And what I do like about these is they look like they fit with like the Honda ethos. So they got the red stripe around this edge, very Type R. One thing to pay attention to here is that I think I chose the wrong photo of these. So the photo's not doing it justice. The angle's a little bit weird. The barrel looks super deep, and I think it's the wrong one. But also, just for me personally, even though I thought this wheel might work, I don't think it does. So maybe this isn't a great choice for this new NSX, but I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The last one was kind of disappointing, and so I'm going to go with a tried and true wheel for this next one. We're going with the Workmeister S1. This is just a solid wheel, and I want to correct my mistake on that last wheel as well, just with my Photoshop skills. So I want to find a image of this wheel that's really going to just set this render off, do it some justice, give us a chance to actually see it. So sometimes you gotta search around a little bit to find it, but if you find the right image to bring into Photoshop and be able to clip it around, this can work well. This one right here, that black photo, the black car, yeah, let's pull that one. So thank you, Kaz Hiroji on Facebook, for posting this amazing photo of your car. And I'm just going to use the wheels, obviously, because the angle's right. The color tone is right. The lighting is right. And we see pretty quickly that this is probably one of the right choices for this car in particular. It's got that old school, legendary, classic Japanese feel to it. The chrome lip with the that gunmetal gray face and the bronze hardware. And this is quickly becoming one of my favorites. Yeah, that murdered out look with the gunmetal, that's sick. Let's throw some more wheels on this thing. And of course, I have to pull out one of the classic JDM brands. We're going to go for an NK here. And like the HREs, there's so many wheel choices to go from on NK, and wheel choices that look really great on a lot of different cars. So I'm torn between the TS5 and the T6 in this bronze color. We've already seen a 5-spoke, so let's play around with the T6 on this one. The 6-spoke, a little bit chunky. I love the detail work and just the dimension you get with the way that the spokes kind of concave and then come out and meet with the lip. And I think this might look really good. Of course, we already know the bronze works really well, and that's kind of a classic color choice when we're talking about the NSX or really any of those old classic JDMs. The red with the bronze works really well, but I think the T6 is, yeah. And I just realized why I like these so much. It's because they look just like the TE37s. I mean, different manufacturer, a little bit different details, but I do want to try something that's going to be different here. So let's go 5-spoke, bronze face with the chrome lip. These are the EV5s from NK. And this is going to be just a little bit of a different look, which is what I want to go for. I wanted to see how many different looks you can pull from those classic JDM vibes. And of course, you know, I'm going to change the color here on the car because this bronze with the silver lip with a white paint color, I think is the move with these wheels. Yeah, go down to my hue saturation. Let's go. That is so clean.